guitar enthusiasts, Lauren Bateman here, and I've got a fun medley of songs by one of the greatest bands ever, the Beatles. So most of the songs we're going to be learning today use only 2 or 3 chords. I do have one song that's going to use 4 chords, and we're going to be able to play a majority of these songs with 5 chords, okay? And the chords we're going to be using are going to be an E minor chord, a C chord, a G chord, a D chord, and then towards the end we are going to throw in an A major chord. Now, if you're someone who's taken my free guitar crash course and you know the 2-finger, the easy C, the easy D, the easy G, you can use those 2-finger versions on the first 5 songs in this medley, because we're going to be using those chords for the first 5 songs, and then the last 3 songs we're going to be mixing in the A chord. Now let's talk about strumming patterns that we're going to use for this. We're just going to stick with one simple strumming pattern. I want to try and keep it simple for you guys. That's what I do on this channel here. If you don't know me, my name's Lauren Bateman, and I help make the guitar make sense, especially for older learners ages 50 plus. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a G chord, and I play my G chord with the 3rd finger on the bottom. Some people like to play it with the pinky, so whichever you choose, not a problem. I'm going to play a G chord, and we're just going to do an 8th note strumming pattern. Now, 8th note strumming pattern is counted as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And whenever we say a number, 1, 2, 3, 4, we're going to do a down strum. And whenever we say and, we're going to do an up strum. Okay, so it's going to sound like this. So be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, and we're going to speed this up or slow it down depending on which song we are going to play. So the first 2 songs I'm going to show you are super simple. They only require 2 chords each, and then at the end I am going to show you another fun Beatles song that only requires 2 chords. But the first one we're going to start off with is Eleanor Rigby. Love this song. The reason I love it so much is if you know my simple 2-finger chords, you can easily go from an E minor to a C chord by just moving 1 finger. So it's a very, very simple song to play with moving just 1 finger. Okay, so it's really, really great for beginners. So this song's Eleanor Rigby, and it uses the chords E minor and C as I just showed you. And let's take a listen how it's going to sound with that strumming pattern. Ah, look at all the lonely people. Ah, look at all the lonely people. Eleanor Rigby picks up the rice in the church where her wedding has been. Lives in a dream, waits at the window in the face that she keeps in a jar by the door. Who is it for all the lonely people? Where do they all come from? All the lonely people, where do they all belong? This next song has a really, really cool little intro riff to it. We're not going to be going over the riff here, but the chords we're going to be using are going to be a G chord and a C chord. Fortunately, it's mostly a G chord. I know that's a hard chord change for a lot of beginners going between that G and C. Do the best you can, or you could always use the 4-finger G and just hop into the 4-fingered C. It's a little bit brighter, won't sound exactly like the song, but that's another alternative for those of you who are beginners. So let's take this from the beginning, and again, we're going to be using just that same 8th note strumming pattern. Dear sir or madam, will you read my book? It took me years to write, will you take a look? It's based on a man by the name of Lear, and I need a job, so I want to be a paperback writer. A paperback writer. This next song is a super fun one, Love Me Do. Again, we're mostly using the chords G and C, and then on the bridge, we're going to add in a D chord. So here we go, let's take it from the top. Love, love me do, you know I love you, and I'll always be true, so please, love me do. Oh, love me do. that bridge. Ready? Someone to love, somebody new, someone to love, someone like you. So you got 3 songs already, super, super fun songs that lots of people will sing along and play along with using just 3 chords. So we're going to use those same 3 chords to play yet another Beatles tune, but we're going to use a capo on this. And this allows us to play in the same key as the original song and use the same chords. So we're going to put this on the 5th fret, and we're still going to be able to use the G, C, and D chords. You can hear it makes the guitar just a little bit brighter, but also eliminates some of those F bar chords from these songs. So this next one is a song called Can't Buy Me Love. Such a great song. So we're going to be picking up the tempo because it's a little bit more of a peppier song here. I'll buy you a diamond ring, my friend, if it makes you feel alright. I'll give you anything, my friend, if it makes you feel alright. I don't care too much for money. Money can't buy me love. So you can see on that one I added in a cool little mute for effect because we go to that D chord because I don't care to. I'm following the lyrics on that. I changed the strum a little bit, but I'm following the lyrics. I don't care too much for money. So on the much, we're going to strum that C chord real quick and mute it. I don't care too much for money. I don't care too much for money. All right. So just a fun little embellishment that you can throw onto that song before we move into one of my favorite Beatles ballads, which is Let It Be. This song is more of a piano song, but you can play it on the guitar, and you can play it by adding just one more chord into the mix, which is going to be our E minor. So we're going to be using G, C, D, and E minor on this chord. The other caveat with this song is that each chord is only 2 beats, all right? So we're only going to be doing down, up on each chord. So if I take the first 2 chords, G and D, it'd be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So I've put that all together. This. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. So now we're going to get rid of the capo. We don't need that anymore. And we are going to be switching up. This is where our A major chord is going to be coming into the mix. And I have a super fun song. This is a good one, oldie but goodie, Twist and Shout by the Beatles. We're going to be using the D chord, the G chord, and the A chord for this one. Now on this song, just so you know, the D chord is going to be 2 beats, the G chord is going to be 2 beats, and then the A chord is going to be a full measure, 4 beats. So it's going to be 1 and 2 and, 3 and 4 and, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. It's going to sound like this. Well, shake it up, baby, now, shake it up, baby. Twist and shout, come on, come on, baby, now come on, baby, come on and work it on out, work it on out, ready, work it on out, work it on out. You know you look so good, you know you got me going now, got me going, like I knew you would, like I knew you would. such a fun song that is a sure crowd pleaser. If you play that at a party, everyone's going to be singing and having fun with that one. Now, I promised you another 2-chord song, which is going to be Get Back by the Beatles. Now, there is some variation in that there is an A7 chord that comes in the mix here, but you can simply just play an A chord and a D chord. If you want to go to my website, laurenbateman.com, you can see all the chord charts for these and play along with those additional chords if you need to. But I would just keep it A and D. It makes it super simple. And we're going to stick with that same exact strumming pattern. It's going to sound like this. Jojo was a man who thought he was a loner, but he knew it wouldn't last. Jojo left his home in Tucson, Arizona, for some California grass. Get back, get back, get back to where you once belonged. Get back, get back, get back to where you once belonged. Now, what did I do there? You probably heard a little bit of a change on that chorus. So on the end of Once Belong, I played A for 2 beats, so 1 and 2 and then I did a down strum on D and a down strum on A. Get back, get back, get back to where you once belonged. Get back, get back, get back to where you once belonged. Another one of my all-time favorite Beatles songs is Hey Jude, a great ballad. We're going to keep the same strumming pattern. We're just going to slow it way down. Now, if you are a female, like me, this song can be very low to sing in its original key, so you might want to grab a capo and put it somewhere on maybe the 3rd, 4th, or 5th fret just to lift it up a little bit. I'm going to try and sing it in the original key so that we can use mostly the chords of D and A, but a G chord is going to pop in here every once in a while. I'm going to do half a verse and a refrain for you just so you can hear how it goes. We got, ready? Hey Jude, don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better. Remember to let her into your heart, then you can start to make it better. And anytime you feel the pain, hey Jude, refrain. Don't carry the world upon your shoulders. For well you know that it's a fool who plays it cool by making his world a little colder. Da da da. Now, if you love the Beatles as much as I do, definitely go check out my Beatles song playlist over there where I'll teach you to play some of my favorite Beatles tunes step by step.